Hello everybody, it's Christine. It's time for a scrapbook process video, and I'm thinking about making this a hop. So if I've made it a hop, where it means, what I mean by that is I've invited other people along, it'll be down in the description box. If not, well, I'll say that too down there or whatever, it'll just be me. But I mentioned before, I have all these branding strips. Look at all these, you guys. So many. And so I'm calling this series slash hop Strip-Tease the scrapbook way. And so my intention is to try to use up some of these branding strips, you guys. And if I'm going to challenge myself and or the folks that are playing along each month. I'm going to do this on the third Wednesday. So again, if there's a hop, if enough people are interested to play along, that'll be below and they'll play along as well. And this month's challenge for myself or for others, both, whatever, is to do a rainbow slash ombre branding strip design. So I have pulled out my photo, is where the Scrap Room announced the design team this year, and I'm on it. I'm excited. And y'all, I'm not gonna lie, I'm fangirling because there's some creators on here that I'm like, oh my gosh, I've been watching them myself like for years. So this is so exciting. And my friend Miss Jennifer's on here. She's the one I do twins with. So we are very excited, and I'm gonna scrapbook this photo. And I have a piece of white cardstock because it seems to make sense if you're gonna do rainbow slash ombre to do that. Now I have to go through these strips because I don't know if I'm going to do ombre or if I'm going to do rainbow yet. If I can find enough blues, I may do ombre, but I have to go through these. So let me spend some time doing that, and I'll be back on in a second. I'll show you my strips. And oh, I know what I did do though. I pulled out this, I think this was a Chamel, but it has create and it has these little scissors, and so I thought that could be cute. And then there's crew, so maybe like create with my crew or create crew. I'm not really sure yet. Something like that. Because I thought, I don't know how much, I love these little bits here. So, and that's another reason I'm kind of thinking through the ombre because I got this blue going on here. So, and I may end up using black to mount the photo because I've got the white border and I may can use black cardstock. So, let me do my branding strip search here, and I'll be back on in a second when I've got that figured out. Okay, you guys, I went through my branding strips and pulled out anything with like a bluish, greenish, like when I say greenish, I mean like turquoisey. So that's this end down here. So it's still in my mind blue. It's just kind of got a maybe a green undertone. And then I have gone through and made it like in a, I don't know if it's really ombre, but like in a colorway. Maybe that's the right way to say it. Now I have a few extra over here that if I have to fill in, which I don't think so. I think I got a lot going on. My only concern are the ones with the holes, because I don't know yet exactly. So what I'm thinking about doing here, just to make it interesting, I think I might turn it and come down at an angle. And so with that, like if I pick kind of the one in the middle, let's just see what I got from an in. Oh, that needs to be, I think, on this side. I don't know. I didn't even count them. Should I count them? I don't want to count them. I'm too lazy for that. I could call this one the middle because that's just like the most whatever. And then what, come from here like that, and then come out from either side. And I may probably have to overlap because I do have a lot and I'm wanting to use these darn things. So I may take some removable adhesive just because, hold on just a second. There we go, removable. So if I do that, I'm just going to do like this, right? And I'm going to just kind of go toward that corner. So if I do that, now let me come, oh shoot, where was that one sitting, y'all? I think it was in between these two. I like this one a lot because it's got this use your imagination stuff. So I'm trying to decide if I'm going to do like varying different things. I think I'm going to do a little bit varying, but also come up like in a triangle-y type deal. And what I mean by that is, if I do that, I may have to take him, I'm not sure. Some of these weren't full branding strips, That removable adhesive may have to be in two different places. Let's see. Anyway, my point is, I kind of want to overlap that just a tad. I'll probably have to come back in with some Nuvo glue, if I'm honest, and glue these down as I'm going. But here's kind of my, uh-oh, he's a little too, so I almost want it like that. And see, now here I got a problem because I got a hole, unless I come way up here, and I don't want to do that. So I'm going to have to set this one aside. I've got plenty, so I'm not going to be too sad about it, although I wish I had some without the holes that are in the color order. So, I mean, I can still use them if I want to on the ends, but that's not going to be in alignment with my design here. So I'm kind of going along. Unless, does this work? That kind of works. This is a little more purpley here. Can y'all still see that? Am I still on camera? Okay, so if I do that, I don't know if I'll get to use all these or not. And I guess I'm going to just keep going, y'all. So let me do that because it's kind of shifting. And I'll come back on because my other thing is I want to make sure I have enough. Oh, I know what I could do too. I'm wondering if I should take some mixed media and sprinkle it around the outside in the blues. Ooh, I might do that. Okay, now that I've done this, I'm going to pull it off. But I'm going to pull it off in this order because I kind of want to do mixed media out here now. I just decided for the heck of it. Okay, so let me go grab some mixed media. I'll be back on. Okay, you guys, didn't take me too long. On all, for you guys, when we edit, it's like you don't even know, but I ran over and I got some stuff. So I got sprinkle. I did not grab the stress oxides. Nine times out of 10 I would, but these are just in my little bucket over there. So I've got Azure Sea Asters. Speckled Eggs is a spray stain. Dilutions. I hope I'm not making decisions on these colors because I'm not even testing it. I'm trying to be a little bit like go with the flow. What is this? Oh, Vibrant Turquoise. So if we start with the turquoise on this side, let's do that. And then this one is, I think it's like Danny Zuko's. Yeah, Danny Zuko's Denim. So I think the lighter ones, I think this is the order I'm going to do this in. So here's what we're going to do. Let me grab my little wand, and I'm just going to do like a little splatter, you know, nothing fancy. Just like that. And then we're going to do this one. And they're going to kind of overlap, obviously, because I'm not doing this scientifically in any kind of way, shape, or form. Oh, goodness, that was a nice big splatter. And then we'll come over on this side. This should actually look kind of cool. Now I'm going to have to let it dry, though. This one's got a little more like denim-y. Because I don't have a roll of paper towels or anything up here. So let me turn the camera off so it can dry for just a second. And this also gives me kind of my little arc for my papers. I think this is going to look kind of cool. Okay, I'll come back on a second once this is dried. Okay, you guys, I'm not going to lie. I'm pretty pleased with how this turned out. And I used 25 branding strips. I'm actually counting them right here. So I can choose the one that's technically in the middle, right? So I've done my little mixed media, and you can see that, this is actually the next day. So this is completely dry at this point. And I'm going to use Nuvo glue to glue kind of the very end down because I know, well, honestly, I thought I was going to end up trimming them. I didn't actually end up trimming these things on the actual cardstock. Here, I'll trim the dangling edges later. So, and you'll see what I mean. But basically, I'm gluing down these ends here because I wasn't sure at the moment when I was doing this. I thought I was thinking in my head I was going to trim these. So that's why I did the ends. Now, I'll realize I don't need to trim them on the cardstock. And so later I'll come through and add Nuvo glue on the ends that I'm not at the moment, but I don't do that on camera, I don't believe. So what I'm doing is I'm just starting in the middle and then working my way out. I did a couple like either side, and then I'll start doing to the left. And I think I cut away. I actually cut some of this out because y'all don't need to sit here and watch me glue this down, you know, forever and ever. Although I will tell you, I was putting the glue on the paper, and then I realized, Christine, that's not terribly wise because now you're off the cardstock. So then I started doing it onto the cardstock. So you'll see that I'll put a little Nuvo glue like on the cardstock and then lay the paper down. I don't know what I was thinking the other way. So that is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to cut away just so that I can, because I actually don't show you the whole glue down process here, but you can kind of see I've gotten myself to the left-hand side. And in a second, Saturn's going to jump up here. She just was in a mood. So she'll jump up in a second, and then I'll have to shoo her off. And then I'm going to go to the right-hand side. And then that's what I'm going to kind of cut away, because she was just, if you could tell, she's like not wanting to move. And I'm like, I'm not going to sit here and argue with you. So hold on just a second. So anyways, I've now got it all glued down. And this is now where I flipped it over, and I need to trim the back side. And I just use scissors. And you guys, I throw away the scraps. I don't keep them. I don't have a problem saving a branding strip if it's a full 12 inches, but when it starts getting into like these little baby small pieces, I'm like, I'm not going to do that unless I have the whole collection yet still. So if I'm still like, using a collection and I've used part of a branding strip or something, I might hang on to it, but not one of these do I still have the collection. So these little bits here that I'm cutting off are going to go in the trash. So there we are. There's my little patchwork ombre blue branding strip stuff. And then now I've got all this. I had gone off into my stash, and I had like some scrapbooking / crafting, like stickers and papers and stuff like that. I don't actually overly embellish this. In fact, my favorite quote embellishment on this whole layout is the title. I'm going to make it Time to Create with My Lovely Crew. And I do make it a mixed font title. I'm really pleased with this. I think this turns out so cute. I use this Create that I showed you guys, and I'll use the Crew. And then I'm going to bring in... It's a Doodlebug font, and you'll see that in just a second for the Time to and With My. But then Lovely was on one of these sheets. I wasn't sure if I was going to use Crafty Crew or Lovely Crew, but I thought Lovely, the size fit a little bit better, and it's the only, well, I shouldn't say it's the only pink, but it's pink, and it kind of ties into some of the little pinks on the blue papers or whatever like that. But so anyway, it was like a contrasting color within the title, I guess is my point. So this takes me just a second, but you'll kind of see what I'm doing, which is the Create. I kind of debated on putting it up on the actual papers or the branding strip piece up there, but I thought this turned out really cute. And I'll also add those little scissors, and I'm just really happy with how this turns out, if I'm honest. I think it's adorable. And I love this font, you guys. Actually, you can see I have 2 sheets of it. And I think I picked up the white also at the GASC, the Great American Scrapbook here in the Houston area just a couple of weeks ago. I think I picked up the white as well. So I really do think this is such a fun little font. And so I do With My first because I don't know. I don't know what made me do that, to be honest with you. I think I wanted the 2 big letters or the 2 big words first. And I did kind of cut them off the little sheets initially just to kind of figure out where things are going to go. Lovely here, I'm going to actually end up putting up on foam as well, little foam squares, because I wanted it to kind of nestle like within the With My, but also, I don't know how to explain what I was looking for other than give it some dimension. So I'm going to put Lovely up on squares in just a second. I don't think I've done that yet. I think I just set that there, and I'm like, nope, I want that on foam. So here I'm going to put the little foam dots behind it. But again, I don't actually really overly embellish this. I kind of let the branding strips, their little pattern, work as an embellishment, and I do add some to the upper right, which you'll see in just a second from some of my little scrappy papers and stickers and all that. And then I'll also pull in on the sheets that had Create and Crew, there was actually some little foam like hearts and stars and whatnot. So I'll bring those in just a second too, but that's going to be after I put down my title here. But like I said, I was really kind of in love with my little title here. I thought it turned out so cute. I love a mixed font title. I'm not going to lie. I think it just adds a little bit of interest, and I think it's cute. So this one little green piece with the little banner, I knew I was going to end up trimming that. So I'm going to put this O there, and then I will come in with my scissors and kind of snip it. I might have snipped it too far, to be honest with you, but I'm not going to worry about it. I don't think anybody's going to notice. So that's really cute there. And then now I'm going to sit here and look through these sticker sheets. So this is a little bit of a fasciness here because I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. Was I wanting to go like different than the blue? Did I want to add anything other than blue? And I'd actually kind of stick with blue and black up there. So this little sticker here is cute. This is places to go, people to see, pages to scrap. I think that's really cute. And then like I said, I kind of go over here and I start kind of fasten a little bit with these sticker sheets, and then I go, oh shoot, I can't forget my little scissors, because that was another reason I kind of grabbed this title here, was these little scissors, and I think they fit perfectly down there next to that little set of words. I think that just is so cute. I do end up pulling out, there's a piece of paper right here on the left side there, and it has Scrapper's Gonna Scrap as like one of those little what's that called? A memo board or whatever. And I decided to go ahead and cut that out. I haven't yet decided, though. That's future me in this video. This is where I decide to bring in the little hearts and stars and stuff, because I go, well, I need something over here. So I bring these in, and I do struggle for just a second, because I kind of want them to be like, I don't know how to explain. I wanted them to be like visually not triangle necessarily, but I want them kind of dispersed a little bit. So now you can kind of see I've got them laid down there, and then I got this little scrapper's going to scrap memo board, and then I'm going to glue my photo down, and that's all I'm going to do, y'all. That's all the embellishment I do on this one, because I think the branding strips, like I said, are kind of the star of the show. So thank you so much for watching. This is a hop. I didn't know initially when I started recording it, but I did get some interest in it. So I will have, I think it was like 9 or 10 people. So there will be a list down below, like a playlist and stuff like that. And we will be doing this for at least 6 months. I'll have a different challenge each month. So make sure you stay you know, subscribed and all that kind of stuff, so you can see what everybody does with their branding strips. If you're like us and we have a million branding strips. So thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time. Bye.